So SCCM installation, okay, that is very very important to practice in a lab environment. Okay, okay. What is the minimum requirement? You need to have a laptop or a desktop, okay, at least with 8 GB RAM minimum. Okay, 8 GB RAM at least you need to have. 4 GB that you cannot try, but you can, but it will not work at least. 8 GB, okay, that's fine. You can install, but you will feel some slowness. Okay, requirement is like you need to have one 8 GB RAM on your laptop. The basic requirement first. Then you install VMware workstation software or Hyper-V role. Hyper-V is also one of the basic Windows 10. You will get Hyper-V. There you can try installing the role, so that no, you can install like same where like a VMware workstation is a software. Hyper-V is also one of the role feature which is available in the Windows 10. By default, you cannot go with the additional roles. You can directly go to the appwiz.cpl before installing. You cannot install both. You cannot install both at a time. Either one you need to use. Go to appwiz.cpl, then turn on the features. There you will have Hyper-V role is there. Okay, somewhere I not use it much nowadays. I used it very 6 years before, I guess. Hyper-V. um, Hypervisor platform is there. So Windows hypervisor platform. So who is not used VMware, that's they can try using that option. Okay, that is also like a Hyper-V. You can also see management tools, because once you installed VMware workstation, it will not work. Okay, either one you can choose. Okay, that we can discuss it later if needed. But in now, first what you do, try to install a VMware workstation software. I already showed you in the previous video how to download that, how to install VMware workstation. This is only the pre-checks. If it's good, if you have 16 GB RAM, well and good. But yeah, the requirement is at least you need to have a hard disk of at least 100 GB free disk space. Any drive you can take, and you need to have at least 100 GB free disk space. Okay, that is the minimum requirement. First basic things before starting. Then server side requirements, OS requirements or something, VM requirements. You need to have one server. Like at least you need to have two servers, one for AD and two second for the SCCM server. Is it clear? One for an Active Directory, two for SCCM server. Operating system, you can install anything, but try to install server 2019, which is the latest one. Yeah, you can install operating system server 2019 server. If you have 8 GB RAM, well and fine. Both try to install server 2019 as an operating system. This is the minimum things which are required. OS. But if you have RAM, that's fine. You can install client one. 8 GB, you cannot install 3 VMs. You can install only 2 VMs. Then you can install at least SCCM. If you want a client, you can use AD and SCCM. You can install client and deploy software. That's fine. But you have good amount of RAM, then you can install a client one with Windows 10 operating system. The OS would be Windows 10, which may be any version like latest version 920H2 or 21H1, any version. This is the, at least if you want to practice, you need to have minimum these things. Even that's fine. If you have 2 VMs also, you can practice. Not required Windows 10. These are the basic requirement where we need to install VMs and do installation. You require 2 VMs are fine, but installation doesn't require this claim, so I will remove as of now. Okay, so this fine installation you can do within this 2 VMs. Clear? So what I will do first, on my, this is my remote machine. Okay, I connected as a MSTSC. Then I have 16 GB of RAM here. Okay, So what I'll do, I will put my right side here. So if I want to check my RAM, what I can do, I can go to my computer properties. Then I can see I have 16 GB of RAM, 15.8 GB as usable. I have Core i5 with third generation processor. So if I open my task manager, so the base, I can go to the process services performance. I can see in the 16 GB, 1.74 is using for my base OS. Means I have some applications, VMware workstation, they are using at least, yeah, 2 GB of RAM. Still I have how much of amount of RAM out of 16 GB? Even that 16 GB, only 15 GB is usable. Means it's some are reserved for some basic things. So 15.8. Okay. Under that you remove the 2 GB. How much amount of RAM? 13.8 RAM is available. Okay. If you create VMs, it will utilize from this VM. So what I will do first, before creating anything, you need to identify a drive with at least 100 GB of disk capacity on your local machine. Is it clear what I'm saying to you? Identify a disk with 100 GB, more than 100 GB capacity. I have, okay, 100 GB of is there. Try to create one folder. Try to create one folder. I will try to put SCCM underscore. So I started at the batch July. So we'll put July. Identification I will put 2021. So that is easy. So depend upon you. You can create SCCM lab as a practice. Something, whatever you want. SCCM lab, whatever you want, you can keep it. It's up to you. Then try to create two folders. One for EAD, one for SCCM. Okay. So on EAD, I will go and click here and copy the right click and copy path, or you can see Control C. Take a path. So our VM will be getting placed the files in this location. Okay. Before installing a VM, also you make sure if you are in Windows 10. Okay. If you are in Windows 10, you can go to the task manager and check your machine is capable of supporting virtualization or not. You can see here Hyper-V support. Yes, means virtualization is disabled. So in this machine I cannot create because the virtualization machine is disabled, because you need to enable from BIOS. If not, you will get an error. You need to make sure your virtualization enabled. How you can do that, we'll discuss it later. You need to check any video in YouTube like how to enable, so that no BIOS, you need to go there and enable the virtualization. Then once it's enabled, then you can copy the VMs like here. Then try to create a new virtual machine. Double click on the VMware workstation software, which is already installed. Then try to create a new virtual machine. Typical. Hit next. I operating system install later. Next. Then I want 2019 because my VMware workstation is old. I'm taking the 2016, but you can take 2019 as a OS. Okay. Still, I am using old version of VMware workstation because Windows 7 may not support the latest version. That's why I'm still using the old version of software. Because if I search for my VMware workstation, I am using 12. Right? This is the old version of VMware workstation. That's why you're not able to see other OS versions. Which version of software which you install? What is the version of VMware workstation software you install? Is it 12 or latest version?
Latest version, sir.
Latest one, that is 16. Okay. So whenever you install, so you try to select 2019 as an operating system, then click next. Then give the name of the server as AD, then paste the path which you already copied. So your files of VMs will be stored in the AD in this location whenever you install a software. Is it clear? So next, give 100 GB of hard disk space, then put single store in a single disk, then hit next, finish. Let's complete one by one. Let's complete the AD OS installation. 2 GB RAM would be fine. One processor. I need to edit the virtual machine. I need to go to CD-ROM. Then I need to go to use ISO. I already saved my files in one of my drive. That is called a D drive. Okay. So D drive, I kept a need for SCCM data. Under that, I will put OS ISOs. I have 2019 ISO here. So same way, I will browse, go to my D drive, SCCM data, OS ISOs. Then I will select my 2019 server, open. Okay. Then now what you need to do? You need to power on the virtual machine. If you want to make it a full screen, Control Alt Enter, that you can make it a full screen, so that you can choose the things whatever you want now. So here United, if you choose United States, what happen? Your time zone will be in US. So if you want your local time zone, go to the time zone and go to English India. So that go up arrow for 5 or 10 times, you will see somewhere at English India. So that your time zone will be set to Indian time zone. It's gone. Irish India. So time zone. If you go up arrow for some 10 times or 20 times, you will get a. So language is fine. United States India. Okay. But time zone is you need to put, because your time will be your local time then next, install now. See, it's saying you're installing Windows Server 2019. Click install. So here you need to choose a GUI version. So any desktop edition you can select. If you forget to select this version, you will get only command prompt. You cannot see any screen. Okay, this is a command line operating system. This is a desktop operating system. Select, choose the data center edition, desktop experience, then hit next. I accept, next. System install, then OneDrive. Okay, that's fine, then hit next. So because I have like SSD hard disk in my laptop, it will take maybe 5 to 10 minutes of time to install an operating system. So you can say what is the time now? It's a 10:29. So it will take 5 to 10 minutes to complete, because I am using an SSD hard disk. We already compared what is the difference between an SSD hard disk and normal hard disk. We have already performed a drive test also, the speed to check, right? I think you already observed in your laptop while installing an operating system how much time it's taken for on your laptop to complete an OS, because most of them
Taking
are using a good, latest laptop. You will get a good hard disk is good. You will get installed. But who is using the old model of hard disk? They will face some issues. Yeah, how much time it's taking?
it's taking nearly 40 minutes or 30 to 40 minutes.
30 to 40 minutes of time for what?
It is server, sir.
To install one VM, how much time it's taking?
Yes, sir. 30 to 40 minutes. For my laptop.
Yeah, because that is the difference. If you upgrade your hard disk to SSD, so you can complete the same 10 minutes of time or 15 minutes of time the same way. Okay, let's wait for the installation to complete. We keep in pause for a minute, or we'll leave it. So this is what installation will go. So once it's completed, what we'll do, we try to install one more server, SCCM. Parallelly, if I start it, you will get confused. So let's complete one completely. Okay, then we'll go for the next server. so that no, you can save some RAM if you have low amount of space. One complete the complete topics of AD. Let's go to the document in meantime. So we are starting the AD server now. Okay, AD. The OS installation. Once after installing a OS, what the basic things we need to do? We need to first turn off the firewall. Also host name we need to change. Computer name. Basic thing first is first we need to change the computer name, then IP address. IP address we need to change. Then we can turn
Install
off the
VMware.
firewall, install VMware tools, VMware tools we need to install, right? So turn off the firewall. So what else are there? Basic things. Word name, IP address, VMware tools, that's it. And network adapter. Network adapter we need to change from NAT to bridged. Okay. So these are the components, basic components which we need to do for any operating system. Then for AD part, the main installation we will do is we will install ADDS role. That is for installation. Okay. That we will do it. Okay. For AD, this is the main component. For installing how to become a normal server to how to change one normal server to one Active Directory Domain Controller service. Here we'll install one role called ADDS. Let's see how much installation is going on. It's completing. It's completed. So it's loading something. Control Alt. It's restarting. The OS is installed. It's rebooted. So you see the screen means OS is installed. How much time taken? 10:30. Is it only 4 minutes, 5 minutes taken? So admin 123 at the rate admin 123 at the rate. So your OS is installed. Okay. Then Control Alt insert you need to press, not delete. Okay. Control Alt insert we need to press. Then log into this lab OS. So first the basic thing what we have been done, OS installation. After we need to change the computer name first. We'll go one by one. So who is not speaking? Could you please put in mute so that no you can see it later without any disturbance. Okay. Um, so now what I need to do, I need to go to see first time you need to click on yes so that what happened? Your license is getting activated for 180 days. You have an internet, right? You will get one option called 180 days of free trial version. So that you need to activate. If not, you will get some errors later. Let's wait for some time and you will see on right side and down, you will get your server is activated. If you got this screen, what you need to do? Don't show this message again and click on cancel and minimize this option. So see, your server is activated for 180 days because no, if you want to purchase it, we cannot purchase, right? This is a free version of OS that Microsoft is saying you can use for 180 days for your test environment. If you want, you can purchase. But as we are as a students where we are learning, Microsoft is giving 180 days, which is 6 months free of cost. Whatever the production server, how it works, it will work for 6 months. If you are not activated, what happens? There is some issues. Your server will reboot automatically. You will get blue screen. Lot of issues will come if you are using a pirated version or not activated licenses. Okay. Once it's activated, then go to my computer flawless, right click on the PC, go to the properties, change the computer name, change, see, a jumbling name. So I don't want this name. What is our server name I want to change? See here, work group is work group. What is the server name I want to change here?
AD.
AD, and click OK. It will ask a restart. So I will do a restart at later point. Okay. Okay. Close. It will ask for me a reboot. I don't do now. I will do it later because I will want to do change other settings also. So what is the next step we have? IP address we
Turn
need to
off
configure.
firewall.
Yeah. Turn off firewall or install VMware tools now. The next option. So that no, we'll do it. So that no, we'll do a reboot and do other things. Firewall we can do it later also because no, we need to turn on the domain firewall also. We'll do it last. Okay. This step. Now I will install VM. How we need to install VMware tools? Go to VM, right click on the VM, install VMware tools. So that your graphics drivers will be installed, then your mousepad drivers, network drivers will be getting enhanced. It will not work like a physical machine, yes, but it will be equivalent to 80% to your physical machine. Is it clear? So double click, if it's not came, double click, if it's not working, right click, open and go inside. There is 64-bit of a software, double click on the particular software. It's also a software. It also have like registry keys, each and everything which we discussed locally. So double click here. Next, next, next. Windows complete environment, any software installation is GUI. Next, next, next. Right? Next, next. Install. Now it will ask for a reboot. Reboot the machine because no, installing a computer, changing a computer name, reboot again, coming here, reboot means twice a reboot we need to do, 2 times, wasting of some time. So both will do at a time, then reboot the machine so that no other activities does not require any reboot. Okay, I got full screen. VMware tools also will ask a reboot. Now I will drive to a reboot. Finish. Reboot. Yes. So server will restart. So I see the full screen coming, graphic drivers, each and everything is good. Am I right or wrong? Okay. So what I will do, okay, let me log in with the same password. Control Alt Insert. Okay, AD OS is installed. OS is installed. So let me go for the basics. OS installation. Server 2019. Sorry, numlock is not on. 2019 OS installation. It's completed. Computer name change completed. VMware tools completed. There is no order. You can do whatever you want. Okay. Order is not important. You can do whatever you want. But we are putting in one steps. Is it clear? You can do firewall, install later. Computer after installing VMware tools also you can install the change the computer name. That's not, there is no order. Okay. Whatever you want, you can do it. Is it clear? You need to do only computer name, that is not required, but basic thing is OS. Then later you can do this first, then you can come from below to up or top to bottom, anything would be fine, but it's up to you how you start and how you end. Okay, both are completed. IP address I will change now. So or you try first with the network adapter, because no, you will forget later. So try to change the, after installing VMware rules, try to change the network adapter to NAT to bridged. Go to the properties of settings, then change. What if I leave it for a NAT adapter? It will work. That's not an issue. But if you want to take some MSTSC from your physical machine, that also will work. But try to change it to NAT. Okay. Try to change it to the NAT. Then, okay, fine. Now what I want to do is IP address, what you will take depends upon, it's very important. Generally, I will use 12.series IP address. Why? Because my base machine IP address before itself, it's a 12.series, but now I changed. I, because a lot I connected from my Wi-Fi. What is my IP address of my BSL network? It's 12.1. How you identify? Go to ncpa.cpl. Okay. My Wi-Fi address I have connected to my router. It's my IP address is 1.4. I have it. Is it clear? My IP address is, so you can keep 1.10 as series. If you want to change, I can change my Wi-Fi router IP address also. If you want that to change, you need to log into the router and you need to change it in your browser, in your things. But if not, you can put it like, okay, I have 1.4, I can use 1.10. You know how to log into your router if you have a laptop? Anyone tries to log it at any time? You can log into your router by typing 192.168.1.1. Then you connect to your router. It will ask your username and password. And if you give your username and password, there you redirect to your router, which is connected. It's a D-Link router. So you go to the DHCP wireless clients who are connected, DHCP clients. So somewhere there is an option for you to set up advanced. Here they will giving you the IP address. Somewhere it will have that DHCP server details. So there you need to change your settings. So that what happened? Your IP address and all will be getting changed from, you can control what series of IP address you need. Am I clear what I'm saying to you? Local network. If you come to the local network, see my router IP address is 1.1. If I want to change it to 12.1, my entire series will change from 12.1. Is it clear? Let's go with 1.1 only. So because no, all are, you cannot change directly. So it will not, your router will stop working if you do whatever you want. But I know some basics of networking. What I will do, I change to 12.1. So that's fine. I will leave it to 1.1. So then what I will do, I will give my same series of IP address. Then I can choose from, I will change, because no, until now I am using 12.10 as my series. So I try to change it to 1.50. Okay. Or we will use to 1.100. We will try to use it. The base IP. So I changed the network adapter to bridged. So now I will try to change my IP address. NC, go to run and type ncpa.cpl. Then I go here, change, go to the properties, go to IPv4, using IP address. I will use the same series 192.168.1. I will use 100 for AD. No need of default. So here also I need to choose the same IP address 1.100, because for Active Directory server you need to use the same IP address in the DNS also. Is it clear? You need to choose same IP address as an AD server. Is it clear? Yes or no? Then click OK, OK, close. Then what's next? Turn off the firewall. We can do it later. That is not much important, because AD, the same server is not, after installing a role, we can do it. Okay. Or if you want to turn off the firewall, yeah, turn off the firewall. Go to firewall.cpl, turn off the firewall again. Off, off. Okay, that's done. Is the basics are completed? Is the basics related to OS are completed? Yes or no? Is it ready?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All the basics are completed. Am I right? My computer
Yeah.
properties, my computer name is changed. Let's go to the command prompt and check the IP address of ipconfig. Ipconfig. Sometimes still, okay, it's changed. If you want a full configuration, ipconfig/all. See, your IP address is 1.100, 12.1.100 is DNS. Okay, command prompt. Fine. Server is ready. We still not install AD, not install SCCM, still AD only there. Okay, fine. So what we'll do is complete basic configuration of OS, and the basic server is ready with AD. So what we need to do? We need to promote the server as a domain controller. What we need to do is promote the server as a domain controller. Okay. For that, let me